In this video, we're going to compare two similar integers. So looking at this now, we have 5 and 8. Okay, they are both positive integers. That means as you move towards the positive integers, you move forward like this, the numbers become bigger. So that means from 5, you move to 8. So in this case, 8 is bigger because you've been told that when you move along the positive integers, the numbers become bigger. So in this case, 8 is bigger. For the second one, we have -5 and -8. Okay, so if you put them on the number line, you can't write them like this, right? Yes, it is wrong to write them like this because after 0, we have -5 first, then -8. Okay, so don't forget that the further you go towards the left hand side, that is towards the negative integers, the smaller the numbers become. So the -5 is big. So if you go towards the left hand side like this, then the numbers become smaller. That means -8 will become smaller. So in this case, -5 is bigger. Next, we compare two different integers, one positive and one negative. Which one is greater between the following pair? You have 5 and you have -8. So this is pretty simple. Anytime you are comparing a positive and a negative integer, the positive integer is always greater. So if you want to use the number line, you can start from any one, be it 5 or -8. So let's start from 5. 5 is here, okay, is here. So don't forget that if you move like this, earlier in this lesson we were told that it becomes bigger, right? The numbers become bigger. So automatically, if you're now moving from 5 backward to -8, so this one moving forward is bigger. So automatically moving backward will be what? Smaller. So automatically moving backward will be smaller. So that is how to get it. So that means 5 is always bigger. So in summary, when you have a positive and a negative integer, the positive one is always the bigger one. Okay, I won't forget the -8. You can start from -8. Okay, so -8 is here. Okay, don't forget that for the negative integer, if you go like this, it becomes smaller, right? We were told earlier in this lesson, it becomes smaller. So if you now go in opposite direction, what happens? It becomes bigger. Okay, so it becomes bigger. So if you stop at 5 here, so it becomes bigger as you move towards this direction. Let's look into another one. So when let's move into another one, comparing 0 and any negative integer. So if you are comparing 0 with any negative integer, so 0 is always greater. So look at this one now, that means 0 is greater. So if you use the concept of number line, you will see that 0 is here and -8 is here. So if you are moving towards this direction, you were told that the numbers become smaller. So you were told that when you move towards this direction, the numbers become smaller. So that means 0 is going to be what? Is going to be bigger than -8. What about 0 and 8? Which one will be bigger? Of course, you already know this, that this one will be bigger, and you can see it directly on the number line when you have 8 here. So you move from 0 to 8. You can see that this direction is what? Is bigger. So that means 8 is bigger than 0. So finally, we need to look into an example. Anders recorded the temperature in his greenhouse in degrees Celsius at 5 different times on the same day. So you can have the time here and you can have the temperature. So the first one is 0900, that's in the morning, 11 o'clock, that's 1 o'clock, this 4 o'clock, and this is 7 o'clock. So that is in 12-hour time. Okay, so you have the temperature respectively, right? So the first question is this: what time was the lowest temperature? So what time was the lowest temperature? So the first thing we need to get is the lowest temperature. Once we get the lowest temperature, then we can get the time. So now this one is comparison of what? Of positive and negative integers. Of course, you know that you want to get the lowest. The lowest will be in the what? It will be in the negative integers. So of course, it's not going to be this. It's not going to be this. It is between -3, -5, and -8. So which one is the smallest? Good of you. It is -8 because you move from -3, which is bigger, you go to -5, so it will reduce. Then it will go to -8, it will also reduce. So you are moving towards this direction. So -8 is the lowest temperature there, and the time is what? Is 900. So that means the time of the lowest temperature is what? 0900. That is the time of the lowest temperature. So the second part of the question is, what time was the highest temperature? Of course, the highest temperature can never be in the negative integers. So it is between 2 and 1 because they are the positive integers, and you already know that positive integers are always greater than or bigger than the negative integers. So in this case, it is 2. So the temperature, what time was the highest temperature? So the temperature with the highest temperature is 2 degrees Celsius, and the time is 1300. So it will be 1300. That is 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay, and the last question is, what was the difference in temperature between 1100 and 1600? That means you move from 1100, that's in the morning, to 1600 in the afternoon. Okay, so 1100, the temperature. Okay, let me erase this. So at 1100, so the temperature was -5 degrees Celsius. Then at 1600, the temperature was 1. Okay, so that means you it goes up, right, from 11 to 16 o'clock. So let's count the difference there. That means from -5 degrees Celsius to 1 degree Celsius. What will be the difference? So you can get this one by using addition and subtraction, and you can also make use of the knowledge of what? Of your number line. Okay, so on the number line, so -5 will be somewhere here on the number line, and you go up, that will be -4. Then don't forget that it's increasing now because I'm going backward, right? So that will be -3, then -2, -1, 0, and finally 1. So let's count how many steps or how many gaps do you have between -5 and 1. So let's count. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So the difference in temperature between 1100 and 1600 is what? Is 6 degrees. Okay, it is what? 6 degrees Celsius. Okay, that is the difference. So if you want to use it, okay, if you want to use addition and subtraction, it's possible. So the current one is what? Is -5 degrees Celsius. Okay, and you can see that it turned out to be positive. All right, that means it was what? It was going up, right? So that means you have 1. Okay, so you start from the bigger one. So this is the bigger one, 1 degree Celsius. Okay, 1 degree Celsius. Okay, minus, then the difference, so you can also make use of the addition and subtraction method. Okay, so for 1600 the temperature is 1 degree Celsius. Okay, so we want to find the difference. That will be minus, then the second one, which is the smaller one, is what? Is minus 5 degrees Celsius. So it will be minus 5 degrees Celsius. So this is the temperature for 16 o'clock, and this is the temperature for 11 o'clock. So we want to find the difference. Okay, so the difference there. So these two signs will combine together to become positive. That means you have 1 degree Celsius plus 5 degrees Celsius, and that will give you 6 degrees Celsius. You can see we still have the same answer as this. So it depends on you. You can use either addition and subtraction method, or you make use of your number line. So it's your turn. It's your turn. Which is greater between the following pairs of numbers? So I want you to attempt these questions, and under the comment section below this video, you can supply your answer.